Hallo und ein gutes neues Jahr to everyone in Mrs. McCree's German class. Really looking forward to working with you again this year. It's just a shame it can't be in person. This week I'm going to just post the one task for everyone in the class because it's a New Year task about New Year's resolutions, and so it's applicable to all of you, whereas in the subsequent weeks I will post something different for the different groups, the Nat 4s, the Nat 5s and the higher, so that the work's appropriate to what you're aiming for at the end of the year. There's PowerPoint today with some activities in it. A lot of them are interactive things that you can do online, so not lots and lots of written work, but there is also our worksheet with a reading on for you to complete as well. So these will be all of your tasks for this week, and I've got a check-in session on the Thursday afternoon when we would normally have our double lesson for those of you who would like to touch base and ask any questions, or we can do the work together online at that time if that suits you better. But hopefully you will all manage to log on at that time just to even to say hi, because it would be nice to hear from you. Okay, I'll take you through each slide in turn and explain to you what needs to be done. Okay, for this task I want you to look, it's a very busy slide with lots and lots of phrases on it. It says, can you translate any of those resolutions in English? So without effort, probably the answer is no, but what I want you to do is to make an effort and pick out 8 to translate. You can pick some that you think look the easiest to you, or you can go for a challenge and pick ones that you think look like vocabulary that you don't know and try and find them out. And then when we get together, hopefully we can combine our knowledge and come up with an even bigger list of phrases that we know. Okay, but these are all things that people usually say that they might want to change in their life at the beginning of a new year. Okay, so things like maybe eating healthier, doing more exercise, taking more time to spend with friends, that kind of thing. Okay, so I want you to pick out 8 that you can translate into English and put them down in your vocab section in both languages, so in German and in English. Alright, so this slide has all your core language for this lesson. It would be a really good idea for you to either print this slide out and put it in your vocab section, or if you want to copy it out by hand, then that's also fine, or take a photo of it that you can refer to for the rest of this lesson and beyond. Now, it works from left to right, so you take something from each section to build up a sentence. So you could have, dieses Jahr werde ich mehr Sport machen. This year I'm going to do more sport. Or you can choose something from further down. Im neuen Jahr will ich mein Zimmer aufräumen. So in the new year, I want to tidy my room. Okay, so what I'd like you to do, just to use this and get working with it, is come up with 5 sentences in German to describe things that might be your resolutions. They don't have to be true, but just to show me that you know how to use this properly. Another handy thing on this slide is you'll see that there's a Quizlet icon down in the bottom right. What I'd like you to do with this is, if you control click on it, it'll take you to the Quizlet site with the flashcards, so it gives you some chance there to practice that vocabulary and try and learn some of the phrases off by heart. Okay, it's really important that you invest time doing this, because what I've noticed is when you're doing your listenings at the moment, there's some core vocabulary that you don't have in your brain ready to use right away. So really make sure that you spend some time doing this as often as you can. It doesn't have to be for a long time. Short and often really gives you good results. Okay, this slide is also going to take you to an external site called Flippity, and if you click on the thing that looks almost like a roller deck at the bottom, it will take you to a site which has these 3 different colours going round and round in a spiral, like you're spinning a wheel. And what I want you to do with that is try some of the activities. So either a tangled translation, so click on the arrow on the right, translate into German, or translate it back into English. Sometimes some of the sentences might come up with something that doesn't seem that sensible, so you could change it so that all of the elements go together and make something that makes sense. Okay, again, it's just a good tool for you to keep going over the same phrases, the same vocabulary, and try and get it really ingrained in your brain. Okay, the games on Bluekit are a real hit with my S1 and S2 classes, so I thought you might enjoy it too, to practice your vocabulary. You don't need to sign up for an account. It works in a similar way to Kahoot, and you just go to the website bluekit.com/play, and if you enter in the game ID numbers that given there, it takes you to the activities. We'll see who ends up with the highest scores. So hope you enjoy them. So another activity, it's really like a match and pairs game. If you click on the icon at the bottom, it'll take you to the site, and then you can play the snap game. By this time, hopefully there'll be some phrases that you're really familiar with and that you can say, and I'll be testing to see what you know on Thursday. Okay, this here is called a rock climbing translation. So when you do rock climbing, you start at the bottom row and you need to work your way up to the top row. You've got 5 sentences in English at the top of the slide that I want you to translate in German. So each chunk of the sentence is at a different level of the rock climb. So for instance, this first one, this year I am going to do more sport and also go to bed earlier. So for the first bit, you're going to start right at the very bottom. So you're going to have dieses Jahr, which you'll find on the bottom row. Then you're going to look for the bit that says I am going to, which would be werde ich. Then you're going to look for to do more sport, mehr Sport machen. And also, which is on the next level, und auch. And then finally on the top row, früher ins Bett gehen. And you do the same process for each sentence. Everything that you need is there. You don't need to add in anything extra. You just need to climb the wall and find the bits that you need to put together. So by now, hopefully you're really familiar with a lot of the vocabulary, and it's time to test your reading when you see them all together in a longer piece of text. You've got different people telling you what their New Year's resolutions are, and you also have a set of hashtags that could potentially go at the end if they were to be posted on social media. So what I want you to do is to write down the people's names. So you've got Jessica, Leo, Thomas, etc. And then read what they have to say and then choose the hashtag that you think is most appropriate. You'll see that all of the hashtags end with the word sein. Sein is the verb to be. So for instance, the first one means hilfreich sein, means to be helpful. So they're all going to be to be something, okay? And a lot of them have got er before the sein, so that means to be more something, okay? So you're choosing the correct hashtag to go with whatever it is that the person has said that they're going to be more like in 2021. This exercise is called a tangled translation, and it's looking for you to be able to write a passage both in English and in German, starting from the middle box, which has a passage that's tangled, as in it's half in German and it's half in English. Now again, if you use your sort of core vocab sheet from this slide right at the beginning, then this is going to help you. So the bits that are in red in the middle passage, they're the English, so you copy them as they are into the translate into English section, and then for the bits that are in black, you have got to try and put them into English as well, so that eventually in your left hand column it will flow as a whole passage in English, and then you do the opposite on the right hand side. So that means the bits that are in red there, you have to put them into German, whereas the bits that are in black already, you just keep them as they are, okay? If you want to show off, which I'm sure some of you would be very good at, then you could see if you could add to this passage by adding anything in that you think would be extra or changing some details. Show me what you can do. And the last task, just to show what you've learned, and hopefully by this time you can do some of it without looking at any notes, is to make a poster with your resolutions for 2021. Now, if you really don't want to do a poster, that's not the important part here. The important part here is showing me the German that you've learned. So if you'd rather just do it as a list of your resolutions, then that's absolutely fine. But I would really like at least 6 resolutions on there, and possibly 3 that are positive, so things that you're going to do or you're going to do more of, and then maybe 3 of things that you're not going to do or that you're going to do less of, that you think will make you a better person than in 2021. Okay, if you want to do something creative, then I've given you some suggestions on the slide of how you could do that. But if that's not your thing, really what I'm interested in is seeing your German, so simple sentences would work equally as well. Okay, good luck with all these tasks. I've also posted a worksheet with a reading comprehension with questions on that's straightforward, so I haven't done any explanation here. But as I say, I will be available on Thursday from period 6 onwards to either go through this work with you in person or to just to answer any questions that you have on specific tasks. So hope to see you then. Bye for now.